So thanks for joining today. Today we are going to discuss about Linux basics, right? So why would require Linux basics nowadays? And so in the today's session, there are different people are joined. So is this important for you or not? So definitely it is important for you. Okay. And I'll explain in the slide. So where it will be important and why would need to learn this course. Okay. So in this program, the Linux basics, we are going to learn the first phase. So the first phase will be understanding these many points. So example, the first one, introduction to Linux. So the Linux, why would required, right? And where we are using that. So because of there's so much of questions in your mind, and basically Linux is basically complete command line interface. Some people are telling that. Some people are like that. Yeah, it is a GUI based also is available. We can use it. So from the day one, you are learning the computer program or maybe computer technologies, so you know only Windows administration, so Windows products only we are seeing, so might be in your colleges, your office, at your home. So mostly you will be stick on Windows platform. But nowadays, so most of the people are using the devices the coming from the Linux background. So without Linux nowadays, the products are not coming in the market. So why the people are depending on the Linux? So that we'll discuss. And architecture. So as we know, the Windows operating system, how it look like, how to install and all. The same way Linux have own architecture. So what are the architecture level? So that we'll discuss today. And distribution family. So in Windows, we have a different operating system like desktop operating systems and server operating system. Same way, Linux also will be have a different types of families will be available. So that we'll discuss today in this class. And after that, we will coming to the lab part. So from here, the basic commands onwards, we will jump into our labs. So before you want to set up the commands, you want to apply the commands onto the Linux operating system. So based upon your convenient, you can create a Linux operating system on your personal lab. So like if you have a 4 GB to 8 GB of a laptop, I would help you to set up the Linux lab on your personal machine. If you don't have that much of RAM, maybe you have a 1 GB RAM or 2 GB RAM at your personal computer. So please go ahead to create a AWS cloud and you can set up your lab there. Okay. So there are two types of options will be available. Based upon your convenient, you can set up your lab. And after that, we will be uh, practice our basic commands. So why would require basic commands? Okay, example, we have a Linux operating system. You want to know what is the IP address of the system. You want to know what is the host name. Okay, and what are the directories are there, what are the files are there, so where you are right now. So we want to navigate from one folder to another folder or one drive to another drive. We want to open the file. So we have some basics knowledge, but in Windows is very easy, you are going and you are opening that. So the same way, even Linux also we are doing that, but we have a graphical user interface and as well as a command line interface. Basically these commands are CLM method. Okay. And after that, Linux files directories. So same way in Windows, how we are using Linux, how we are using uh, drives, folders, files. The same way Linux also will be following the same thing, that is called Linux files and directory. So how to set up that, and what are the files are there after installing the Linux operating system, what are the files are available. So these are the things will be we discussed. And user administration. So why would require user administration? Example, at very first installation of your Linux operating system, by default one user will be there. The same way Windows also. Example, to take example, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10. 2012 or to 2016, 2019. So these are the Windows operating systems. Okay, by default when we are installing, there is a username called administrator. After that we are creating additional users for your managing of your computer. So sometimes you will be using local user accounts for managing the computer. Sometimes you will be using for Active Directory users in the domain and the client architecture components kind of thing. So same way, even Linux also, we have our group model and we have a domain model. But at present in this agenda, domain options are not included in the agenda. So going forward, we will set up uh, the server and client architecture kind of things. So probably today and tomorrow only we are discussing these many points. We are not going for advanced things. In the next week after that, so we will go into the server administration components in Linux. So at present only this is the part one. Okay, so in the part one only we are basic things we are understanding. So if you understand the basic things, you can easily at least you can able to access your Linux machines. Then Linux partitions. So in Windows we have a partitions like a C drive, D drive, like that. Even Linux also have a own file system. So they'll be doing partitions. We call as LVM concept. Okay. So how the LVM will be working, how to partition, everything we'll discuss that. And permissions and access control list. So example, who want to give the access to our computer, files and folders, all these things will be we are discussing in the permissions. So permissions will be providing a security and for your data, so unnecessarily will not touch by anyone. So but here we have a different kind of a pattern they will be following in the Linux, so we want to understand. So how to provide a permissions like a read only permissions, write permissions, read on full administration access. So all these things will be we are learning here. So next, software installation in Linux operating system. Basically, in Windows, we are installing directly MSA files, Microsoft installation files, and exe files, executable files. The same way, even Linux operating system, they will follow the different type of files, different types of software packages. So how to install software packages, basically. Okay. So we have a uh, when we are downloading the software, what is the format it will come. So in that software, we will be installing in the GUI level how to install, graphical user level, GUI level how to, CLI level how to install. So we will understand software installation. I think some people who are already learning AWS class, some have an idea. Even last week we have conducted, this week you have conducted MySQL client how to install on the Linux operating system, right? So that you are learn very clearly how to install your MySQL client with the yum install. So yum is a installer command. So same way, so further options also we will learn. So how to install software packages into the Linux operating system. So next, NIC cards configuration. So what is a network cards? So basically in your Windows machines, we will see that network control panel, right? We will see network cards. So what is the use of that? So you know very well that is used for network communication process. Okay, but more than one NEC card if we configure, what is the benefit? So NIC teaming, NIC bond. So what is use of that? If unfortunately one network card is down, how the secondary network card will work? So these type of setups will be we can see here. And next one will be IP assignment. So mostly if you have a DHCP, you will directly you will get a DHCP, dynamic IP address. In Windows, you know very well how to set up the IP address configuration. Hmm? But in Linux, we want to give the IP address in the command line. So how to set up the command line as a static IP address to the operating system. So this is your basic information. So once you understand, so at least you can easily manage your personal computer, okay, at your home also. So do you have any requirement in this class additionally, guys? Can you please tell me? The server components will be in the part 2. So no, right? So next, move to that introduction to Linux. So Linux is a operating system, okay, and where we are using this Linux operating system basically, okay. So nowadays most of the things the people are using for portable devices. So guys, anyone can give me some example for portable devices? Any best example for Linux portable devices? Any idea? No? Your smartphone, guys. So your smartphone is a portable device. So whatever the installing operating system like Android, BlackBerry, iOS, the backend is coming from Linux only, right? And in the next level, where we are using automation. So the regular task wherever you are working, so in that area, so by using the Linux, we can do automation our works. And next one, AI. So what is meaning of AI?
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
Art.
Artificial intelligence.
Can you give me any example of what is meaning of artificial intelligence?
Manufacturing robots, any smart assistants.
Yes. Example, nowadays we are using Alexa, huh? Google Assistant, Siri. These all are called AI, artificial intelligence. So, what it does basically, example, I just am sitting in my sofa and there is a far away, there is a remote. I would not able to take the remote because of I am so lazy. Just I'm asking my TV. Okay, the TV is already connected to Amazon Fire Cube. Okay, is a Fire Cube. It's enabled voice assistant. Okay, I just informing that I'm just instructing the commands. I'm just instructing the commands. Hey, please switch on my TV. Okay, now take my commands and it will follow the artificial intelligence inside inside your program. So the program is built by with the Linux operating system. Okay. So whatever the Amazon Fire Cube or Fire Stick, Google, Google device, these all are basically it's coming with the Linux operating system. Understood? So now I'm giving instructions just to want to play Amazon Prime videos. So now it will switch to Amazon Prime videos. So that means artificial intelligence, machine learning. So machine will read you, machine will understand the program and will do some works. Example, nowadays the operations are doing with some machines. So that machine operating system, the core level operating system is Linux, machine levels. So AI is kind of devices, kind of small devices like Alexa, Google. These are the devices which is related to artificial intelligence. Machine learning is kind of big mechanisms like that. Do you know some areas we will play that robots to be working on the data centers and uh, some kind of non-human playing zones. The robots will be playing that. Example, let's take an example. There is a corona patient inside of your some room. Okay, it's a highly infected area. Okay, I don't want to go. Just I can send the robo, right? It is possible. The coronavirus cannot be live in that robot system. No, it's not
Yeah,
a
Mahesh.
human body. We can use, right?
Yeah.
But nowadays that much of implementation is not doing. Okay, yeah, definitely in future. So robots will be playing this kind of talking to the patient and providing the necessary activities. Huh? Definitely they will give you some benefits with the ML. Even I read some articles recently. Machine learning will be able to.
Mahesh, the other one of machine learning can also, the one what we use at the tennis court, the balls comes automatically every 10 seconds,
Sorry.
or like cricket practice session, or tennis sessions. There is a ball, constant ball
Yeah,
keeps
yeah,
coming,
yeah,
right? Every
yeah.
10 seconds,
That is a
and that
program.
will.
That is a small program. That's a small program. But maybe we don't know whether the program is inbuilt like this. Maybe maybe there's embedded operating systems. Maybe not. Maybe that embedded operating system is not Linux. That's kind of different operating system, Rajesh. Okay. So kind of
Okay.
mechanism. Example, there is a wall clock. Okay. So wall clock will be just rotating, right? When you putting or cell, so it keep on rotating, right? So we don't know the inbuilt which operating system is running. Maybe is a kind of mechanism. Okay, is a timer mechanism will be there. They don't do a advanced function, right? When you throwing a ball, yes, some kind of programs will be there. Example, I'm the person, I'm sitting in front of the PlayStation, like Xbox, just I'm playing the game. Okay, that is called artificial intelligence, not a machine learning. It's a kind of small device, and based upon the sensor, when I'm using some kind of joysticks, I'm playing the tennis with the device. Okay, this is a small device that is not a machine to do some work. That's kind of infrared kind of rays will be projected to the opposite object, and how the object will be performing, based upon that the device will be performing. That's it. But we don't know honestly. So whether the tennis court, the pushing the ball, throwing the ball, the mechanism will be coming from Linux operating system. I'm not aware of that. So nowadays we have some highly risk operations they're doing with some big missions, operations theaters. Okay. Now IBM is developing some kind of cancer operating device for in the brain, kind of Watson. You know, the device name called Watson. So that is called machine learning. Okay. So
Maybe the easier example would be CCTV cameras. They generally work on Linux background,
yeah,
and I
definitely.
think
Yes,
it's an
yes, yes. That is a Linux operating system. That is not a machine learning. Maybe artificial intelligence. Nowadays, in airport area, if the person is roaming in that area, they'll be capturing the eyes, and they'll be giving the complete check the background, maybe kind of Aadhaar database. He'll check that, hey, Naresh is roaming on Hyderabad airport. Please capture that. So that giving an intelligent device, right? Definitely. So recently we have got some news in WhatsApp, right? So example, I'm riding my bike without helmet. Okay, it will capture the CC camera, and it will find out there are two information. If the my bike number is visible properly, it will capture it, and it will be enter my fine. So I'm not wearing helmet. Okay, so these are the intelligent devices. So that is called AI. The backend operating system was working on that. So next, security kind of things, kind of so penetration testing. Example, we are installing an operating system, and you are installing an applications. The applications using some port numbers to be communicated to the clients and other machines in the network. Okay, but how do you know with that help with that port some other people will be entering into your network? Is the chances are available, right? So you know Kali Linux, KALI. So hacking is possible. Hacking, most of the hackers are working with the Kali Linux to destroy the data centers. Okay, and nowadays even the Linux machines are very secure compared to the other operating systems, and giving the more security to avoid the threat from hacking. Okay, So that's what we are using. So there are two purpose. So with the help of Linux, we can do hacking. With the help of Linux, we will stop hacking from others. Okay. So that's what the people are very much interested nowadays in the client facing servers, especially web interfaces, web servers. So they're mainly using Linux operating systems because of most stable product compared to the other components, other products. And now last one is developing new softwares and tools. Nowadays in the market, majority of small applications are developing with a Linux only. Okay. So example, we know, right, DevOps tools, continuous integration, continuous development applications are there, right? So all the applications are related to Linux only. No other operating system, no other applications are Windows product. So mostly 90 to 95% with Linux only. So if you are interested for learning DevOps concepts, at least you have a minimal knowledge of Linux. So without Linux, you definitely will not understand the DevOps program. And so apart from these guys, wherever you are using your Linux operating system, anywhere. So I already think you are learning, right? Somebody is learning Citrix, somebody is learning Amazon Web Services, right? So in your training, so where you are using Linux mainly, apart from this? No idea? So in Amazon Web Services, we are using, there are three services, right? Platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, software as a service. So your entire infrastructure is running on the Linux operating system. Do you know that information? Your entire AWS infrastructure is running on Linux operating system, that is called Zen hypervisor. Do you know that information? No? Yes. So today you can change your mind. So our AWS is running on the platform Linux. So for that reason, we have a more secure, more stable, more performance. And coming to the EC2, we are able to build our Linux machines. Coming to the Citrix, so your Zen server is completely, your hypervisor is built on the based upon the Linux operating system, Linux basics, Linux base kernel only they used it. Coming to the Citrix NetScaler software also built on the virtual appliance is built on the Linux only. Citrix used the Linux kernel, the customized operating system, the application name called NetScaler. So your NetScaler also Linux operating system. So now can tell me, if you want to manage your Zen server, if you want to manage your NetScaler, do you need a basic setup? Do you need a basic commands to manage your infrastructure? Yes or no? So that's what we need to understand this class. We have to attend next 4 sessions. So this is the first session. So mostly we have a 3 more sessions will be there. So if any guy is learning VMware virtualization, so even that person also we need to learn at least a basic Linux. Why? Even your VMware ESX server also is a build based upon the Linux kernel only. Understand? So most of the popular technologies are built on the 90% Linux. 90% Linux. Got it? So next, why we are using Linux? Because of we have already Windows is right, but why we are switching to Linux? It is needed these many days. Almost everyone we crossed 30 years, right? These 30 years, you can take 10 minus 10 years, almost 20 years. You are working on your, you will be a good relationship with the Windows operating system. So now why you are switching to Linux? Why, Mahesh? Already 20 years of experience with Windows operating system, why should I changed Windows to Linux? Yeah, this is a necessary situation you want to switch, because we have a new technologies, new generation, right? So you want to settle a career with the different technologies. The most popular technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, Android, iOS, all the kind of technologies are depending on the Linux operating system. So for that reason, so you have to be learn at least a basic knowledge of Linux product, Linux operating system. So now the interesting topics are about why you are using Linux. Okay, open source. Open source means you can directly go and download, you can use it. No one will ask you for a license. It's a freeware. Okay, it's a free software. So free software means what is who will be developing this software? Linux, right? Linux company will be developing softwares. But what is the benefit for a Linux company? Any idea? Linux is not giving any license. It's a free software. You can download and you're installing. If Linux people will be eating air, they are also employees, right? They're working in the company. They need to pay the salary for them. But how they are surviving? Any idea? లైనెక్స్ కంపెనీలో పనిచేసే వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా ఎంప్లాయీసే కదా, వాళ్ళకి శాలరీస్ ఎలాగ వస్తాయి? ఎనీ ఐడియా? So we are not buying any license. If Microsoft, if you are using operating system, we are buying a license like a standard license, enterprise license, data center license, like that. But in Linux, there is no license cost. These are free. You can directly, you can download and you can use it. Not only download and use it, you can change the kernel, and based upon your requirement you can put your own name. So like Citrix is taking the Linux operating system, and he developed one product name called Zen Server. He developed one more product name called Netscaler. So VMware company, he took the Linux kernel, he changed and he developed a new product name called ESXi. Okay, but what is the benefit? So VMware also earning some good amount of money from the customers. Citrix also getting a good amount of money from the customers. What about Linux? Any idea? Guys, after you buying a car, we need a service. Huh? Without service, will you able to run your product? Car? No, right? Same way, when you are taking the downloading the license and when you're downloading the Linux operating system, you're installing, so sometimes you will getting some problem. We need a support. Yes or no? So for the support wise, they will charge. They'll be taking a subscription. So every company, they'll not buying a license, they will only take a subscriptions. So now you can tell me, guys, so entire world they'll be using Linux operating system, huh? And whenever they are getting a problem, if they're not resolved, so they will seek help from Linux operating system technical team. Yes or no? So that's way the company is earning money, and some sponsors, they'll be giving some amount also. Okay, donations also is becoming. Okay, this is a kind of second thing. So this is the main products. Okay, so now highly secure. Okay, so secure means the design is like that, so we cannot directly crash the operating system of your Linux. Okay, so because of the kernel, so I'll explain in the next slide what is meaning of kernel. Okay, kernel, what is meaning of shell, I'll explain it. Highly scalable. Example, today I install operating system, I build some servers and services, I'm using that. So later point of time I can improve my company strategy, like improve my services, I'm expanding the business, right? So at that time, so Linux is a mostly affordable product, you can expand as much you want. Understand? So that is the main product, and less cost. Less cost means what? So just now we told that free software. Less cost means only subscription price only you are paying for a Linux corporation. So for only for whenever you get any issues, so they will give you support for you. And Linux will giving the kernel source. What is meaning of kernel source? What is meaning of kernel source? That is the heart of your operating system. Okay, that is the heart of your operating system. So Linux will be giving the kernel source freely to everyone. You can take it. Everyone, you can come and take that kernel source and you can change whatever you want. Example, Naresh was downloaded kernel source. He developed own operating system. Okay, so now he will be giving a new name for his operating system. Okay, so like that, everyone you can come and you can take and you can develop your own products. Yes, there are thousands of company, thousands and lakhs of companies, they will be running. Okay, because of they using the kernel source. So Microsoft is not selling his kernel. Okay, only Linux is a powerful company, is giving the complete source code. Hey, you can take it, you can develop it. So that's what the people are mostly vastly using these products. Understand? So now Google is taking the kernel and is developing a own operating system called Android. Apple company is taking the kernel source and it developed a Apple OS, iOS, BlackBerry, IBM AIX. All companies are using the Linux kernel because of they're taking the kernel from the Linux corporation. They're not paying any amount. Okay, is any questions here? Let's move to that architecture. So this slide is very old, right? So even in the cloud computing also I run the same slide, but I just small changes that happen. So now in your hardware layer, so basically it will be running like your desktop or server or laptop, whatever it is. On the top you are installing operating system layer. So like we have a different types of operating systems. So example, I'm installing Linux. So by using the Linux, I'm utilizing the hardware, I'm running an applications. So this is very well. But coming to that, so what are the layers in your Linux computer? So that we need to understand here. So underline we have a hardware layer, that's common one. So after you install the Linux operating system, after installing the Linux operating system, it will create a 3 layers. It will create a 3 layers, and including hardware layer there are 4 layers. Understood? So the first layer, it is nothing but is your kernel, that's your heart of your operating system. So the kernel will talk to your physical hardware. The kernel will be talk to the physical hardware. So on what level language will be talking each other? Any idea? The kernel will be talking to the CPU, memory, hard drive, network card. What is the language they will be talking each other? Any idea?
Binary.
Yes,
Binary language.
Yes, low level language. Low level language they will be talking each other. So 1 0. So in the 1 0 combination, the kernel will be talks to the, and it will be initializing and it will be giving instructions to the CPU, memory, hard drive, network. They will do some functions. Okay, example, I want to use my kernel. Okay, I want to use my kernel properly with certain instructions. So Linux, they developed a concept called shell. So we have different types of shells are available. So going forward, we'll learn. So with the help of shell, and I'm talking to the kernel, and I'm managing the computer, I'm utilizing that. Do you know which language they'll be talking internally? Which language? Low level language, that's fine. Any computer language they'll be using?
Binary code.
Mostly C language. Okay? The programmable language is C language, kind of thing. So if you want to operate your Linux operating system, everyone wants to learn C language? No, not required. Not required, guys. So for that reason, the Linux was giving a user interface layer. There are two types. One is the CLA method and the other one is the GA method. Command line interface and as well as the graphical user interface. So which one you'd like, you can go for it. So based upon your technology, you want to be perform with the user layer to manage your Linux operating system. So these are the main three layers. You're working together, the building a Linux computer, Linux server. So any more questions here? So now the Linux kernel is free, right? So with that help of Linux kernel, what we can do? Basically, we can do customization. Example, I downloaded the Linux kernel, but I'm not liking that. Okay, I'm not liking that. Okay, so then what you do? You can change as your taste. So what you like, in the same manner, you can customize your Linux kernel. You do not worry only if the Linux is giving only this kernel, I want to use it. No, don't go for like this. Whatever you like, you can change and you can customize yourself. And second one is the flexibility. We can easily move the machines from like we have a duplicate that and we have a share images. So very easy process, but yeah, I know. We know, right? Like we need some basic commands are required to be managing. The flexibility is there, but you want to be learned at least the basic things. And finally, virtualization. You know, virtualization means a hypervisor. So we can build a multiple operating system in the single device. Yes, even Linux kernel will support virtualization. Guys, you know when the Linux virtualizations was came into the market? Any idea? So Amazon Web Services started in 2006. Okay, he is the #1 cloud service provider. Amazon Web Services using virtualization technology. Now you can tell me virtualization technology when it came into the market. Approximate years. Any answer?
I think around 1960.
Sorry?
1960, somewhere around there.
1960. Yes, 1956. So 1956, virtualizations came into the market. Okay. So first time virtualizations are developed in Linux kernel only. Okay. So first time Linux kernel is supported for virtualization. That's the beauty of Linux. Okay. So maybe nowadays we are using Windows operating system, but the credibility always goes to Linux. So now the distribution family. So Linux will be divided into 4 families. One is Debian. So in the Debian family, we have a Ubuntu, Mint, Kali Linux. So these are the products will be under Debian family. And another family is called RHCL. So in the RHCL, we have two products. We have a CentOS and Fedora. CentOS, Fedora. SUSE Linux, we have called OpenSUSE. And finally, we have a Arch Linux, the product name called Linux, Manjaro. Linux and Manjaro. So guys, it's a very important. So if anyone was working in your IT company, some people are telling that SUSE, some people are like RHCL, some people are telling Debian. So we have so much of confusions, right? So nowadays, from today onwards, you don't get any confusions. So please note down this, very important. So now the Linux family was divided into 4 families. Now we are talking this.
Mahesh, I have a question. Like, what about Ansible? There are like other things like which have come up recently, which I've heard.
Yes.
Are they also on the Linux platform only?
Ansible, Puppet, these all are tools. These are not operating systems. These all are called tools. They developed with the Linux kernel. Okay, they are developed with the Linux kernel. That is not operating systems. Understood? That is called tools, DevOps tools.
Understood.
Even I'm not much experienced on the Linux. Even I've just prepared myself and I'm giving the training. Okay, even much experience on the Linux. I have a very basic Linux experience. So like a Zen server, ESX hypervisor, and a Netscaler. So and Apache web servers. Only these products only have a experience. Okay, but complete in the Linux, yeah, I never worked, but I have trained. I have trained RHCL 7, RHCL 8. So recently, and almost 10 years back, at the time I was learned, I don't know what version I learned, almost 2007 and 2008. I was certified 033, basic Linux administration. Okay, but I never worked, honestly. I'm basically I'm representing one of the person from India for Linux for a tester. So Linux was giving official CDs to me for testing, but I never tested and I never participated any program. I got CDs. I have original CDs which is sent from US. Yeah, I have it with courier. All the software CDs with me only. So I have a original license for what you call Ubuntu desktop I have. So company was directly sent to me. I just participated individual contributor. That's it. But I never worked on that. Okay. I never give any suggestions. I never conducted any programs. But I have products. Yes, I have available. So as a trainer, I've actively participated in VMware ESX server and Citrix Zen server in these programs. So at that time, I enrolled with the Linux program, almost 2007. But now I'm not active. Okay, I'm fully busy with this kind of products. But yes, we want to switch to Linux because of everyone. We are working on the DevOps projects nowadays, automation kind of thing. Yes, I'm last 2.5 years I'm working on the DevOps tools for giving developmenting products, automation kind of works. So continuous improvements, continuous development works I'm doing now. So yeah, definitely I want to be switched to at least a minimal knowledge of Linux operating system. Yeah. Some companies are using, the companies are provided laptop with a SUSE operating system, open SUSE operating system. Example, my last work company, IBM. So IBM is provided laptop with the Linux operating system. They don't want to purchase any license. If you, example, we have 6,000 employees in Hyderabad. Let's take an example. If in all the 6,000, at least if 3,000 employees are using Linux operating system, how much cost will be saving? Hmm? There's a huge amount of revenue, right, for the company. That's the business tactics. Okay, even you can use it. Even if you are running a company, you can use the Linux without any problem. You don't want to buy any license. If you're buying a license also, there is very cheap cost. There is a very small price, it will be there. You can download and you can use it. Okay, so any more questions? So that's it for today. And so I want to give some other information, how to download your Linux operating system. Just I'll give you today how to download. We have directly the Linux website is available. You can go and you can download it. I'll show you how to download. Linux RHEL 7 or 8. 7 is working on premises data centers nowadays in a real-time environment, but 8 is the latest one. So based upon your requirement, you can use it, guys. I downloaded 8. If you want, you can download it also, no issues. If example 8 or 7, you can directly click this. Go to this website, redhat.com. So Red Hat is a company, guys. Okay, Red Hat is a company name. So Red Hat Enterprise Linux here. Try it. So we have a 64-bit version is available with ISO. Approximately it is 8 GB. Almost yesterday it took for most an hour. So you can please download it. Start your trial. Okay, you can click this and you can enter your, if you have already, you can enter this. If you want to create a account, you can create and you can download it. Yes, it will not ask any credit card, debit card, no. Okay, you can give your Gmail address and you can download the ISO. So tomorrow I'll set up the lab and how to install it. Okay, any more questions?